Alright everyone, so in this video I'm going to show you how to build an AI agent inside the n8n platform that can actually find leads for your business through LinkedIn, or you can also go ahead and sell this if you're on an AI automations agency. And by the way, everything I'm going to show you in this video, the template of the agent as well as the tool that the agent is using, I'm going to leave everything inside of my school community, which is free, and I'm going to leave a link in the description if you want to download the template and use this whenever you want. So the very first thing I want to show you is how this actually works. So this is the agent. It's a very simple setup, and he has access to this tool right here, which is a tool that allows the agent to extract LinkedIn leads based on the job title of the person, based on the location, as well as the industry that person is in. And you can also add additional tools to this, like have a tool that once you extract the leads, it goes through their profiles and it generates a personalized message. You can also add another tool that also reaches out to them. There are a lot of things you can do. If you want to see me add more tools to this agent, let me know. For now, I just want to show you how this works. So I'm just going to say something simple like find me CEOs in real estate in Chicago. And as you can see, I have this sheet right here, which is currently empty. But once the agent runs and it executes using the tool, it's supposed to generate leads right here. As you can see, it already did. It said I've successfully gathered the information on CEOs in the real estate industry in Chicago, and it generates 10 leads at a time. So now if I go ahead and I click on this guy, or let's actually click on this one, you can see that this is a LinkedIn profile, Mike Golden, and he's an owner at properties, whatever. So this is how the tool works, and now you can go ahead and reach out to these people or do whatever you want. It's a great way to get leads for free, targeted leads, without even having the LinkedIn Sales Navigator. Now, before I show you how this setup of the agent works, what I want to do is walk you through the tool first, because I think it's a tool that is the most complicated part of it. So the first node of the tool is an execute workflow trigger. And as you know, every single workflow inside n8n starts with a trigger always. In this case, we use an execute workflow trigger because we want our agent to be able to decide which of our tools we want him to use, or which of the tools he should use based on the prompt that we gave him. So whenever you want your agent to use tools, you want to use this trigger right here. One very important thing that you should add to your trigger is once you are selected, there's going to be a field here that says add mock data. What you want to do is come and paste this JSON code right here, which is a query, and it basically says to the trigger, replace these keywords with the words that we put inside of the prompt of our agent. So as you can see here, we asked our agent to find us real estate CEOs in Chicago. So what it did is it sent that information. Job title is CEO, company and industry is real estate, and then location is Chicago. So then it passed that information through this workflow and it generated the leads for us. So this is very simple. Now the second step is an OpenAI message and model node. And what this does, it basically parses the JSON query and it outputs the data in this way separately. So we get the job title, the company, industry, and the location. You can see the prompt I've used right here. I always use GPT-4. Guys, this is not the cheapest way to do it. You can also use this node right here, the split out node, which also can parse the data for you. And that way you're not going to be paying for OpenAI tokens, which is a more efficient way. But I just did it like this because it was easier for me. So you can see resource text, operation, message, and model, and then role system. And what I did here is I just grabbed this query and I pasted it here so it knows which query it should parse. And one very important thing that I did is, let me actually show you. So once I grab this, what you want to do, you want to output in a string format. So the way you do that is you go ahead and you type JSON.stringify, and then you add a parenthesis here, and then you end the parenthesis there, and that way it kind of stringifies the output. So here I also selected output content as JSON. This is a very simple step, guys. No need to overcomplicate it. Now this is where all the magic happens. We use the HTTP request node because we want our agent to be able to do a search on it and get information. So the URL, you want to use this URL right here, which if I go ahead and I search it, it's basically the Google search URL. So our agent is instructed to go to this page right here on Google and then use this search to only find LinkedIn accounts. So if I search this on Google right here, you can see it only generates LinkedIn pages. So if I go to page 10 on the Google results or page 14, everything is LinkedIn pages right here. So that's very important, guys, because this is how we get our agent to find LinkedIn profiles. We use this as the URL. So our agent or the tool goes there. It makes a search about LinkedIn profiles, and then it combines the job title plus the company and industry plus the location, and it comes up with all the people that meet these 3 criteria in form of a Google search. And then it basically takes the first few results and it puts everything here on this Google sheet. So this is what this does. Make sure you specify headers and then user agent, otherwise this is not going to work. Now, as far as the value, guys, this is I guess the hardest step. The way I found this value is I use ChatGPT, and if you go on ChatGPT, actually let me show you. So if I go here on ChatGPT and I click here and I go to explore GPTs and I search for n8n, there is this custom GPT by Niksha that you can find here, and it's an n8n assistant. So I click here, start chat, and then what I did is I asked the GPT model how I can find the value of an HTTP request to do a Google search and find LinkedIn accounts, and it came up with this code right here. So that's where I found it. Essentially, we pass the information through the trigger, we parse the data, then we do a Google search to find the accounts with those 3 criteria, and then we use another OpenAI node. And what this node does, guys, is extracts all the LinkedIn URLs from the HTML that the HTTP request generates. So if I test this step right here, it's going to come up with an HTML code, right? And in here, if we do a search, there are the LinkedIn URLs that we want. So you can see them right here, all of them. I mean, 55 URLs it came up with. You can see them, they're all here. So the way we extract this from this HTML output of the HTTP request is through another OpenAI node. And I basically prompted it to extract all the LinkedIn URLs from this HTML, only output the LinkedIn URLs, nothing else, and always name it URLs. Now, I'm going to tell you in a little bit why I added this as well, to always name it URLs. But you can also use a coding node for that. If you know how to code, you can extract the LinkedIn URLs from this HTML code using a coding node. I didn't know how to do that, so that's why I'm using ChatGPT again. Now, if I test this step, as you can see, and by the way, here I just grabbed this output and I put it right here. You can see all the LinkedIn URLs that it extracted from that HTML code, and you can also see that it named the file URLs. And then here is where I parse that file. So I grabbed the URLs section right here, and I pasted it here. This is fixed, not an expression. And then when I test this step, it basically formulates everything into a table, so we can then go ahead and add it on our Google Sheet. And the reason I ask it to always name it in the same way, always name the output in URLs, is because if I don't do that, every single time it runs through, it changes the name. But here, because it's fixed and it's not an expression actually, it cannot get populated, so it kind of fails. So that's why I did it this way. So here, when I test this step, what it does, it basically takes all the URLs that it generated before, and then it adds everything onto the Google Sheet right here, as you can see. And that's pretty much it, guys. It's a super simple workflow. And then the last node here, edit fields, is so we can generate the response for the agent. So once he runs this workflow or this tool successfully, he has a way to know that it was successful and also let us know. So this is an edit fields node, manual, and then the title is response, and then the value is done. So our agent can tell us that, okay, this is done, I completed this process and everything worked successfully. Now, as I said, guys, this is you can use this on its own, but where the real value comes into the picture is once you combine it with other tools, and now you're able to find LinkedIn URLs of people targeted in your market. You can also add more criteria if you want to, or search for companies, and then have ChatGPT or another tool generate personalized messages for these people right here based on the information that it extracted from their profile. So you can do a lot of things, guys. I just wanted to walk you through how this works, because I know many of you might be buying leads right now or doing manual prospecting on LinkedIn without even having the LinkedIn Sales Navigator, and you're going through, searches, you're finding profiles, and then you're copying the URL and the first name and everything on a Google Sheet. This is a much quicker way to do it, and I think it's also much cheaper as well. With that being said, guys, if you want access to this tool right here, as well as the agent himself, go ahead, join my free school community. We already have 50 members, and I just started like a couple of days ago. Go ahead, join that, and I'm gonna see you in another video. Thanks for watching.